Okay, folks, take two. We had some audio difficulties. I think that's been resolved now. Thanks to Adam for letting me know about that. And Adam, if you're back or if anyone's watching in live time, let me know if the audio sounds okay. But basically, the content, the thought is Twitter has changed their font. And what I was saying was um, it looks cleaner, it looks nicer, it looks like a little more like a newspaper font. It looks a little less combative than the font that we just had a few hours ago. I think that there was probably some psychological study done by the good people at Twitter, if they are good people, about fonts. And the old font had a certain combativeness to it. This one looks more clean, looks more matter of fact. Maybe they're hoping that people take their tweets a little more seriously and are a bit less feisty or fighting. Although, to be honest, that combative nature of Twitter has really been its calling card. Like the people twittering things or Twitter combat or Twitter wars. I mean, even as we've seen presidents and world leaders Twitter fucking with each other. So will this mean anything? I don't know. I was just looking at it. It doesn't look normal to me. It doesn't, I mean, it's not what you're used to. Whenever you change something, it's going to have an effect on people. They either like the change or they don't like the change, or it means nothing to them. Better audio. I think I discovered the problem, Adam. Thanks for helping out. So the problem, I believe, was that my car, the key was in my car. My car key was in, and therefore the phone was channeling audio to my car through Bluetooth, unaware to me. So I had to take the key out of the car, and that solved the problem. So thanks, buddy. Adam's a good viewer. He's a good subscriber, a good pal. He's been watching a lot of the stuff. So Twitter changes its font. I think it's one of those things where new Coke, old Coke. I don't think it's going to be that big a deal, but the font looks more serious on Twitter right now. It looks more crisp or clean. It looks more. Is that the name of the font? Or are you talking about me, buddy? I don't know. It's just it looks cleaner. It looks a little boring, to be honest. Like if that was a font that I was writing with, I'd find myself a little bored. Now the cliche or the fear of all font fuckers is comic book sans. Like that's the worst font imaginable for people that care about such things. I used to use it myself until people started pissing all over it. This new font on Twitter, it's a little like if I think you would feel weird like saying something mean with that font. Like the font is so pedestrian on Twitter right now, the new font, that you would feel like a jerk if you twittered like a hate tweet to someone or if you ridiculed someone. Like the old Twitter font was just so used to all that uh hate font, like the just the noise or the negative tweets or the back and forth or the mocking or the sarcasm or the retweets, the gotcha. Maybe that Twitter, the people behind Twitter are trying to get away from that. And they think aesthetically, if they get away from this font that everyone's been using for I don't know, 10 or 15 years, whatever it's been, that they'll somehow start anew, start fresh. The the problem would be if people liked the Twitter, like they liked arguing on Twitter, they liked retweeting and gotchas and more or less fuck yous on Twitter. So we'll see. We'll find out, right? I just took a look at it. To me, it feels different, and it feels like I don't know if I'd feel comfortable using Twitter now to roast someone or to mock someone because the font is so serious and professional. You'd feel like kind of an asshole for using it that way. So maybe Twitter's trying to redo their image. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes companies, I'm watching all these videos about Disney and how, Pleasure Island and what's now known as Disney Springs, how Disney's changed this thing so many times. And you can find some really interesting videos about the history of Disney World and Disneyland and Michael Eisner in the 90s and all the changes they've been through. Plenty of videos on that stuff.
But sometimes when you change things too much, you lose what people liked in the first place. And sometimes the audience is not going to grow with you. The audience is not going to say, "Well, it's different now, and I don't like it," so people leave. Social media is a very interesting thing. I mean, I think it was more like 6 months, 8 months, 10 months ago. There was all these conservative based free speech for all these conservative people doing their thing on different social medias. It didn't seem like many of them took off, or at least I don't know about it. So it's just a weird world. Maybe Twitter's getting sick of being so guttural and such a feeling of fighting spot for everybody. They want to be nicer and more polite. We'll find out. Anyway, it's Wednesday. I've got things to do. I'm sure you do as well. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. I did see a movie last night. I did the review. God, it was a movie I didn't like, the 7 Days movie. So you can watch that review. I did like the Suicide Squad better. I was looking for a T-shirt for Sluggo, or not Sluggo, fucking Shapo or whatever his fucking name is, the starfish Starro. I found the shirt on Amazon. I don't like that hair, and it wasn't to my liking. Like it didn't. It looked like it wasn't really well designed. So if anyone knows of a link to get a better Sluggo or Starro shirt, I might get it. I might not. That's it. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Thanks, Adam, for the response. Better audio. Appreciate that. And I'll talk to you guys later.